Now, a lot of people are really excited about Bitcoin because it's not issued by any central bank and it's not controlled by any government. But let me tell you why I'm excited about it. Bitcoin is a censorship-resistant currency. And what that means is that although we may be punished after the fact for having conducted a transaction, that transaction cannot be stopped. I'm Jerry Brito, and I'm a senior research fellow at the Mercatus Center at George Mason University, and I teach at GMU Law. In 2010, WikiLeaks released secret State Department cables. It just angered a lot of folks. Other folks actually, though, were happy about it and wanted to make a contribution to WikiLeaks, wanted to make a donation. Yet they found that when they went to the WikiLeaks website, their options for payment were simply Visa, PayPal, MasterCard. And when they tried to use those, they found they could not. Payment denied. You cannot process your payment. And so why did they do this? Well, many would argue it's because they came under political pressure. Folks in Congress were pretty upset and were sort of hinting at these payment processors that they would not be very happy if they would continue to make these payments to WikiLeaks. I was recently talking to a woman who runs a US-based NGO that tries to help the victims of sexual crimes around the world. So these are women who have been sold into slavery or child brides or victims of acid attacks. And she's trying to get money to these victims. What this woman found is that she has a very difficult time getting money to these victims because the payment processors in those countries won't process the payments. These countries' governments either prohibit or put pressure on these payment processors because they don't want to see a US NGO meddling in their affairs. But yet we want the victims to get that money. Bitcoin has ushered in a revolution. In the past, transactions always required a third party, and that third party could exercise prior restraint. Now, that's no longer possible. And whether the Bitcoin protocol itself succeeds or fails, it doesn't really matter because the technology is here to stay. That technology that Bitcoin brought that allows two parties to transact online without the need for intermediaries, that's a bell that cannot be unrung.